Hello everyone, and welcome back. If you're new to the channel, thanks for making the decision to click on the video. I ran a poll on Saturday about whether or not I should add more content to the channel, and the results were interesting. It was neck and neck between 2 videos 3 times a week, or 3 videos 3 times a week. So I'm starting with 2 videos 3 times a week to test a few things. 1, I'm testing whether or not I can handle that workload, and 2, whether or not the additional content gets the attention it needs before stepping it up another notch. So, if the content does well, I will add more. Now, going forward, I'll be doing a morning video and keep the 11:30 Eastern Standard Time postings, which I'll refer to as the morning briefing, and a 4:30 p.m. East Coast Time video and refer it to as the afternoon addendum. Hopefully it works out for you all that wanted more content from me. So in today's morning briefing, we're covering one of the biggest reveals that came out of Gamescom for The Division 2. Ubisoft has confirmed that survival is returning. This time it's under a new name, Survivors. We're going to go break down exactly what Ubisoft announced, how this ties back to the original Division survival mode, and what this means for Year 7 and beyond, and where the risks and opportunities are for the game and its community. But before we get into it, here's a quick thank you to all the subscribers and channel members. I appreciate every single one of you. And members, your names are now up on the thumbs up wall. And thank you for directly supporting my channel. Okay, let's do it. Now, as a quick aside, I thought about copying the format with this video like I did the previous video where I included the panel. Well, that video didn't do very well, and I think it had a lot to do with the length, even though viewers could skip through the chapters and eventually land on my recap. So instead, I'll just stick with the recap. Alright. If you played The Division 1, you probably remember survival mode. It dropped agents into a blizzard with nothing. No gear, no protection, no supplies. You had to scavenge for everything, and you had to look for warm clothing to painkillers while fighting NPCs and sometimes other players. What made it so memorable wasn't just the mechanics, it was the tension. Every run felt different, every decision mattered. It was one of the best places of content the Division ever had, and players had been asking for its return ever since the Division 2 launched. Now, for years, Ubisoft brushed off these requests. And now, in 2025, they're finally listening. Although it did look, in the panel, begrudgingly so. At Gamescom, Ubisoft officially revealed Survivors for the Division 2. It's being led by Magnus Jansen, with franchise director Julian Garrity saying, "This is your baby as much as ours." That phrasing is it's a bit important. Ubisoft is signaling that they want community feedback to shape how Survivors develops. They also confirmed it's coming in 2026, which tells us Division 2 isn't winding down anytime soon, and it's still part of their long-term roadmap. Here's what Ubisoft described. Survivors is a survival extraction mode. It's meant to bring back the scarcity and improvisation of Division 1 survival, but with modern extraction-style mechanics layered on top. Players will enter stripped down, forced to gather resources, survive the environment, and push against factions that fight back harder the more you resist them. Ubisoft also tied this to their new reward scheme, Exotic Crafting Blueprints. Survivors could easily become a key way to target specific loot. The important part? It's not meant to be predictable. Every session should feel different. So, why bring Survivors back now? Well, there's a few reasons. Firstly, the community has been asking for it for years. It's the #1 requested feature, and Ubisoft knows this. Second, the Division 2 is in Year 7. Longevity is the name of the game, and Survivors offers replayability that normal missions can't. And third, Ubisoft is clearly testing mechanics they might want to use in The Division 3. Survivors gives them a controlled space to experiment, while also re-energizing Division 2's player base. Alright, let's talk Impact. Veterans finally get the mode they've been waiting for. It could bring lapsed players back. Casuals could benefit too, because Survivors resets the playing field. You don't need 3 years of optimized builds, everyone starts from zero. PvP players might get a little lighter extraction mode with competition that's intense but not full dark zone chaos. Newcomers gain an entry point where knowledge and adaptability matter more than raw gear score. This could be the most inclusive mode in the Division 2 has ever had. Now, I do have to mention this. Back in the Division 1 survival, cheating was a real problem, especially on PC. Aimbots, wall hacks, teleport hacks, it killed the mode for a lot of people. Ubisoft never really solved it back then. So while I'd like to be hopeful it's handled better this time, let's be realistic. It's probably going to creep back in. Just something to keep in mind. Of course, it's not all good news. 2026 is a long way off. Can Ubisoft maintain hype until then? Will Survivors be locked behind a paywall or included in seasonal content? And then there's balance. Division 2 has major power creep problems. Can true survival work in a game where agents walk around with millions of armor? Finally, Ubisoft has a history of overpromising and underdelivering. Survivors sounds great, but it needs to be great. Otherwise, it risks becoming nostalgia bait instead of a revival. Some people might not see that as a problem, and honestly, nostalgia isn't always bad. But if Ubisoft wants Division 3 to launch as strong as 1 and 2 did, they'll need more than nostalgia to pull players back in. And Survivors has the potential for a real impact in that area. Survivors is just one piece of the roadmap, though. We still have the Pact, Mutiny, and the anniversary events. Ubisoft is showing that the Division 2 is dead even 7 years in. More importantly, though, this mode puts the Division back into the survival extraction conversation, a genre that's been exploding with games like Tarkov, DMZ, and others. Survivors is Ubisoft's chance to plant a flag and remind people that the Division was one of the first people who did it. And if it works, it's not unlikely that a similar game mode will be built into the Division 3 at launch. Survivors is officially coming to the Division 2. Not just a dream from the Division 1 veterans, but a real mode that's now on the roadmap. Ubisoft is giving us what so many player base fans have been asking for. But it is on us, the players, to hold them accountable and make sure it delivers. So what do you think? Will you play Survivors when it arrives, or is it too little too late? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to thank all of you again for supporting the channel and for watching this video. We're on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Check out the merch store. You can find us on X and Discord. And until the next one, this is Hannibal, signing off.